I mean, 2, 3, 4. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the hot seat, your Thursday night addiction. Guys, we're having a little technical difficulties, but I wanted to jump on real quick, say hi to the people. I'm going to jump out and help our guest get everything set up and get back on. But my co-host of the most is going to entertain you guys with nipple clamps and jumping jacks. All right. So why don't you shout out the people in the chat and we'll get going.
All right. Go take care of your work. Earn your goddamn money for once. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I saw Jared was here earlier, Frack Daddy Barbecue, but couldn't stay. He is working tomorrow. Let me get the chat pulled up here real quick. Hobo is here. Jim from Suburban Barbecue is here. Charlie's been timed out twice, once on each channel. Stephen and Jacqueline are here. Welcome, Stephen. Hey, nice first video, by the way. Let's see. Dead Broke Barbecue Ricer is here. GT Gary's here. Mike Big Cat 305. Who else am I missing? I already said him once. Johnny Maggs is here. What's up, Maggs? You devil. Dan from SmokeyGoodness. Jim EQ, the other Jim he says is here. Let's see. I haven't seen Miss Booger yet, but hopefully she'll be coming in. Andrew Anderson Smoke Show. Welcome, welcome. Grumpus on Fire. Who else did I miss? Jabin Postal Barbecue is here. Josh and Babe are here. Welcome, guys. Babe, you need to learn to do your live streams when Josh is not around. I'm just saying. So, yeah, Jim, the peppers are coming along. 2 days ago, outside, shorts and a t-shirt, grilling. Today, we have freezing rain and clear weather advisory. So that's the way it is. Lep is here. Brother James from Amon and Clayman. Canadian Jim. John Dawson. Oh, I forgot. What was that? The first one. Damn it. I missed one. All the way at the beginning. That Walking Talking Garbage was the first one in the chat. I forgot about him. And Skip from Long's Quest. Mary is here, and everybody's favorite uncle is in the house. So,
Uncle Steve Shea.
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? We got Ryan. I was laughing because I could see everybody who's waiting in the green room. So Ryan was able to get his phone set up, and I was telling him, all right, now you look good. Now turn your phone. Get ready. All right, now lift up your shirt. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I was being a pervert. So I was being a pervert to our guest. But luckily he obliged, so I got some man nipple tonight. So that's good stuff.
Oh, hold on.
Holding.
Sorry, Chef Johnny. I missed you. I did see your name earlier. My apologies, Chef.
Hey, Chef. How you doing, buddy?
Lee is here from Smoking Bears.
All right.
I believe I said Lep.
Yeah, Lep's in there. What's going on? All right, let's bring our guest in tonight. There we go. Ryan from Backline Smokers. How you doing, buddy?
Hanging in there, trying to figure out this technology business.
All right, buddy. We need hey, Ms. Booger, how you doing? Do you have earbuds for your phone or something, or get a little closer to it? We can barely hear you, bud.
Yep.
You can see up your nose now.
Beats the hell out of you looking up his shirt. You pervert.
That's true. That's true.
Oh.
Better?
What's wrong, Ron?
Can you hear me any better or no?
No, you're still pretty low, bud.
Really?
Do you have the power cord plugged in or something?
Nope.
All right.
Well, while he's doing that, I miss Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. He's all butthurt in the chat.
Hey, Joe.
You need to take his wrench away. I got to time him out for dropping the F-bomb this early in the show.
Nice. Hey, Ryan, try to get your earbuds or like a mic or something, and I'll throw you back in while you get it all set up. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready, okay? All right, so everybody else is in the chat. Kris is in the chat. What's up, guys? Did you set the super shot price?
No, I had to do your job tonight, so it's your job to set up super.
I get to set the super shot price? Ooh. It's a lot of pressure, huh? What do I do? All right, guys, give me some numbers in the chat that are not ridiculously low. And I'm gonna see a bunch of sevens. I know it's 1776, America. Let's see what else. Anybody want to beat the 1776? 99 cents. Get out of here, Alan. Gene said $35. Good lordy. Times are tough. I don't know if people are gonna afford that. 2020. I like 2020. That's a good one, Joe. All right. Low. Hey. People are struggling out here. All right. Hey, I like it. James, 19 for COVID-19. All right. As close as you can get to 19. 69 and a boob flash from a girl, please. All right, Uncle Steve. We'll work on that. All right. Super shot price is $19 tonight. Thank you, James from Amon Claim with Smokers. Appreciate you being here. 68 and I'll owe you. Kent's got his fresh bottle of Crown Royal. All right, Ron, you good to go? Thumbs up, baby. All right. All right, Ryan, let's try it again.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, so much better. So much better.
All right.
I guess there is something to be said to, doing pre-sound checks like earlier in the week. But that's not how we do things here. You want professionalism.
More than 7:55.
All right, guys. So our guest tonight, Ryan from Backline. Is it Fabrication or Smokers? Because I'm rocking Smokers right now.
Yeah, it's Backline Fabrication, and we build the line of the Backline Smokers.
Right on, right on. All right. I'm going to give you a second to say hi to everybody while you're in there, but Hobo did drop a $19 super shot.
Uh-oh.
So, Hobo, cheers to you, buddy.
Throwing back some Treaty Oaks, baby. Cheers.
Cheers, right on.
It's not enough. It's not enough for the Texas size shot glass yet.
Fuck you.
That was for you, Kent.
Is Suburban Jim in the house tonight? Did we see Suburban Barbecue?
Yeah, Jim's here.
Drink again. All right, Hobo. I was way ahead of you. Thank you. Jim, I'm wearing my hat in your honor tonight. I am wearing my Backline Smokers because I won it in an Instagram giveaway because you hit like 300 followers. Right?
No, that was the 250.
3,000.
I think you got in on the 5,000 range.
Hobo's trying to kill us. He put another $19 in there. Daddy Cooks is in there with his doors. You got the Doors white label going. Cheers, cheers.
Freaking Hobo. Knock it off.
I'm bringing sexy back. That's right, Jim. Man. Fuck. Alton.
Someone's got heartburn over there.
Oh, it burns.
No, the first one of the night.
$19 in. What's up, Postal Barbecue? Javen, how you doing? Grumpus on fire. Cheers. Alton's jumping in the mix.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
Kent had a great idea of trying to get Alton in the green room. Kent, he can't tag you. You want to put hi in the chat or whatever. I don't know, buddy. We're gonna get Alton in the green room, just kind of jumping in and out. But I have a feeling he ain't feeling too hot right now, so he's just gonna be here for a little bit. I wanted to give you an opportunity to say hi to the people. That's it. I mean, then we'll get started.
Me?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Hey, all two of you out there. Good to be seen.
All two out there.
I can't see anything. Am I supposed to see anything except for you two guys?
Nope, just us. We actually prefer to it. Yeah, exactly. $35 is Looking a lot better right now, Gene. No, we actually prefer that our guests don't look at the chat or anything like that because it really throws people off. It throws me off, and I'm not even supposed to be looking at the chat. He gets all mad at me.
47 in the chat, Booger said.
Yeah, where's Keith? Keith Bettag's not in the house? I hope he's feeling all right.
Not seeing yet.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Dutch Hobo left a comment for you. All right. You ready, buddy? You ready for these hard-hitting questions? This deep dive in your life?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, cool. Before we start with our questions, guys, make sure you put questions at Daddy Dutch BBQ for our guest here. Johnny Mag said 87. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I don't know if we're quite there yet. All right, so Ryan, where are you from? Where you live? Where you reside? Where you grew up? All that good stuff.
Oh man, well, I guess most of my life I spent out in Southern California. Just went to high school there, and started all my career out there. Started in the film business, and ended up moving out to Austin 6 years ago, and here we are.
Right on. So obviously I'm a Southern California boy. We talked about it. In case you guys didn't know, I had an opportunity to hang out with Ryan and chat and meet with him when we were at Alton's house and Gene's house when they let all us YouTubers and those crazy guys come over and do some barbecuing. So I got a chance to chat with Ryan. But tell everybody how close where you grew up to where I'm at. I'm in the Inland Empire. Where you at, or where would you grow up?
Yeah, I was closer to Los Angeles. We were in Burbank, which is, it's only about 45 minutes from you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, well, depending on what day. I mean, right now with all the with less traffic, you can probably get there in 25 minutes.
Yeah, really. I mean, Josh is talking about Josh, the cooking cop. His commute is normally a couple hours, and now no one's on the freeway. It's a piece of cake out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing from my friends that still live out there. It's pretty crazy. But out there in Southern California, right by Los Angeles, we were literally 10 minutes from downtown up in Burbank, and right next to Hollywood, and that's where I worked. That's
all right. Cool.
It.
All right. I'm sorry I have to keep interrupting you, but we have a friendly face in the chat that keeps donating money to get us effed up. So, thank you.
You see me dipping down, I got to keep refilling the glass for just in case.
Yeah, I'm always on top of having one ready to go because you never know. Dan, I'm sorry I'm in your chat, but he brought up something. Dan, SmokeyGoodness. I bet the air is clean in SoCal right now. It really is, guys. We've gone out, walked to the. You can see Kent getting all riled up. He hates it when I look at his chat. That wasn't even a pin flip. That was a pin throw. Anyway, thank you. Love you. The air is so clear. It is amazing how clear the air is in SoCal right now.
That's crazy.
All right,
I'm used to seeing that.
Kent, knock it off. You're brooding way too much right now. Let's talk about what took you out to Austin.
Change. It was time to move on. I felt like I was kind of sitting in a situation that I needed to finally get out of and move on. And I gave the wife a good question. I said, if you could move anywhere you wanted to besides New York and California, where would you go? And she said Austin, Texas. So we made some plans to come out here and take a look around, try to find some work and find a place to live. And that happened pretty instantly. So a couple weeks after we came back from our trip to Austin, we packed up our stuff and we left. And here we are.
That's
the best move I think I ever made.
Oh, sure. I think a lot of people I know moved to Austin from California. It's a thing. I know all the people in Texas probably hate it, but when me and Mrs. CJ were there on the whole way back, we're like, that's such a nice place to live. I have an employee that lives out there, and Miss CJ is like, Alton and Gene, those are our people. I would love to hang out with them all the time. It weighed there, but we have too much keeping us here, with the kids and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I would move out. I would move out to Austin in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I love it out here, man. It's a whole different ball game. I can go anywhere, 25 minutes from my house or the shop, and I could be at 4 different places to drop my boat in the water and go fishing. So
yeah,
you can't do that. You can't do that in LA.
No, it was very interesting how, we were out by Alton's house. A couple minutes later, we were in the city. And then we were in the suburb. It almost reminded me of Southern California a little bit, but nicer. Like better word of putting it,
No, you hit that on the head because everything out here. Every time I go back to LA, no offense to everyone that lives there, it just seems dirty to me. Yeah. Now that I've been here, I think so long. Because being out here, everything's so wide open, and it's just a whole different vibe, man. It's a whole different lifestyle. It's just hard to explain unless you actually do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I missed what you said there, buddy.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
He's mad.
You're surly as fuck tonight, aren't you?
No. I'm in a great mood, right? I'm in a great mood. I'm in such a mood. Hobo, I'm going to give you one for free.
Man, he's giving away the farm. You should give Hobo a Texas-sized shot.
Nope.
All right. Well, let's we'll swing back around to the biz and all that, but let's talk about your family life, wife, kids, dog, cat, ferret, horse, whatever.
Yeah, I got just live here with my wife. I have 2 kids from a previous marriage. They're September they'll be 25 and 21.
Oh wow!
So they live up in Dallas with their mom, and we got 2 little dogs here. I got a Shih Tzu named Hank. He's a one-eyed little pirate Shih Tzu. He's a Hurricane Harvey rescue. Then we have another Havanese that we rescued out of where was he? College Station, and he's a little dork. And then the wife has a bird. We got a little parakeet.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got 2, believe it or not, 2 twin grandbabies.
Wow, dude.
They're 6 now. So they're up in Dallas.
All right, man. That's very cool. Kent, you had a note in the chat in the form of a really big super shot?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
No.
I just saw a super shot go by, so I'm going to take that.
Typically, he's a little shy yet. It's not typically a double super shot that gives you the Texas size shot glass. I'm just saying. I think he's between roughneck and cowboy. He's not native Texan. So
all right, I'll give that, and I'll take another. and just for hope, I'll take another kitchen queer shot.
Where everyone's shooting, so here we go.
Where'd I get? Oh fuck! I'm an overachiever.
Oh, we know that about you.
Oh.
All right, so suck it up. God, people are surly in the chat tonight, man.
You know what, Gene? I can put your ass in timeout, woman. I'm telling you. Right.
Charcoal Charger, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh,
not Alton. I don't have
white and blue cooking behind the garage. No, I'm not drinking from a disposable water cup. Got my kitchen queers. Those guys are my faves. All right. Do it, I dare you. Sky Two Hotties in the chat. Sorry, Ryan. Usually, before the show, we go over that. I go back and forth in the chat, introduce people, say hi to people, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to ignore you, but I like to make sure everybody,
No, I did some research. I watched one of your shows.
Just one. I appreciate it. Kid, how you doing over there, big guy? It's good stuff. Lockdown Super Shots. What's up, Darren? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Oh, shit.
What happened?
Mrs. Dawgfatha was timed out by the Dawgfatha.
Dude. Oh, well, hey. I guess, someone might be sleeping on the couch tonight. Tom Horton, how you doing, sir? Good to see you in there. All right, buddy. All right. The next question I always ask is, what's your real job besides YouTube creator extraordinaire? But you don't do YouTube, right?
No, sir.
And why not? You got all this good information around you. Alton,
Dawgfatha and I are working on a little something.
Yeah, I was going to say, Alton did some filming for you. Talk about Backline Fabrication, Backline Smokers, all that good stuff, and how it all came about.
All right. So Backline Fabrication came about when we moved to Austin. I worked for a architectural and structural steel fabrication company. I worked there for about 2.5 years, and I felt like being away from the entertainment business, which I spent 10 years of my life doing, I kind of was getting that itch that I needed to have that rush again in those 90-hour work weeks and all that crazy business that you would think you would hate, but then you grow to miss it.
Right.
So I had a buddy of mine. We decided to open Backline Fabrication together. That was a short-lived relationship for about 6 months, and I kept it going. We did a lot of right off the bat. We did a lot of stuff for South by Southwest. We did a couple TV commercials out here in Austin. We did some parts for the Super Bowl in Houston, and that was kind of gave us a real. For me, it gave me a real happy place to be in, because that's kind of where I wanted to be back again. And my partner didn't really feel that way, I'm assuming, because it was shortly after that is when I just took over the company by myself. As soon as that happened, I was fortunate enough to land a bunch of stage props for Katy Perry's world tour that she just ended, and that went very well. And then after we got back from doing Katy, I had a big TV commercial for Microsoft go down out here in Austin, and that was a huge job. And as soon as that ended, I picked up Pink's Beautiful Trauma tour and did a bunch of stage props for that, and that she just ended also. And that was the last music tour that I did. And then after that, fell into South by Southwest. And as soon as some of the things started falling a little slower on the entertainment side, I ended up picking up building the hog boxes and 7-foot vertical smoker over at Banger Sausage House out here in Austin off of Rainey Street. And that turned into a really awesome gig. And then a couple smokers started coming out here and there. And then we actually just started hitting smokers full-fledged, 100%. So waiting on the next best thing. South by got canceled this year, so that was a huge impact to the pocket. Yeah. Well, usually South by provides about 1/3 of your yearly income, so it's a pretty tough hit for everybody out here.
Right.
Well, out everywhere. I mean, California, all the entertainment industry is completely shut down, so everyone's feeling the heat on that.
Yeah, definitely. We were at a Switch barbecue.
Yep.
The guy, we were walking through the pits, and the guy was saying that, because we were asking how many pounds of brisket or whatever it was a day. Yep. And he said right now it's X number, but come South by Southwest comes around, it triples or whatever. And that's really tough for them, I'm sure. Ken, you had a tie-in question there?
Yeah, you were asking Ryan about Backline and everything, and Smoking Joe put in the chat. He wanted to know, how'd you come up with the name Backline?
Well, that comes from the music industry, because all the guys that are behind the scenes that run all the cabling, they set up all the guitars, the pianos, the drums, all that. That's considered the back line. And since that's kind of where I wanted to focus this business and going into was back into the music tours and stuff like that, it seemed to fit the bill that we should be called Backline Fabrication. That's where that come from.
Perfect.
With Pink or Katy Perry, did you actually get to meet them at all?
I met Pink before. We did her Funhouse music video, 11 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, and met her then. I didn't get to meet Katy. Not this go around. Maybe if I'm lucky enough to do her next tour. No, she's having a baby, so she's gonna be out for a little bit.
Yeah, she's gonna be down for a while. Alicia from Best Bites Forever. How you doing? Good to see you in there. Tell Xavier say hi. We miss you guys. Behind the garage barbecue, the Dude's Kitchen and Grill. I think I saw Saucy Senorita in there. Oh man. Anyway, all right. So I haven't seen Mega. We have a show regular in our chat, Mega Fred Zeppelin. I don't see him in there, but he has a lifetime question for us, so we're gonna ask you. What kind of music do you dig? Do you have plenty of instruments? Are you part of any bands? Any of that stuff?
No bands. I do have a banjo that I really want to learn how to play.
Nice.
I want to be sitting on the porch one day, plucking the banjo and drinking beer, but yeah, just not happening. Not happening yet. But in the shop, it all depends what kind of mood I'm in, or what kind of work I got lined up for the day. What kind of vibe I need to have. So a lot of times I'll listen to some old school like NWA radio on Pandora. I got a lot of country music, and every once in a while we'll put on the old bass jackers and let that electronic music kick in.
Right on.
That's when we really are on the deadline and we really got to haul ass.
That's awesome.
Whoops.
Oh, we lost you, Ryan.
Sorry. Yep. This
right.
battery's about ready to die.
You got electrical cord to throw in there?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to lose the earplugs.
Well, we'd rather hear you whisper than not see you at all.
All right, hang tight for a second. You want to kick me down real quick?
Yeah.
Kick me off of there.
Oh, such as live filming or live television. Let's see here. Red, white, and blue cooking. How you doing? Do you want to read Hobo's comment?
No, you may.
All right.
You're tagged in it too.
Can you ask him what NWA is? Nothing that we're allowed to say on the channel, I'm sure. Let's see here. Thomas from Michigan, how you doing, guys? Woo. Thanks for them shots, Hobo. Man, it's kicking down pretty quickly. Woo. All right, Ryan must be back. Postal Barbecue. Who would win in a cage battle, Kent or CJ, and why? He would win because he has the reach advantage. Although I have the weight advantage. Just barely.
Never underestimate old man strength.
No, that's all. I'm not underestimating you, and you're not an old man. Guys, he's actually on his phone because we couldn't get him connected with the computer, so that's why. All right, Ryan, you ready? Almost. All right, cool. You're back in. Just talk a bit louder if you can.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good, buddy.
Okay.
All right. I wanted to kind of go back to the film biz that you're in.
Yeah.
What obviously being in Burbank, it's kind of easy, close to everything, but what got you started in the film business?
Well, I used to do car stereos and things like that for a long time, and one of my buddies opened a shop called Setmaster out in North Hollywood, and I was lucky enough to visit him one weekend, and he hired me to come help him do like just assemble a set over at Universal Studios, and he paid me like to me back then, it was a shit ton of money. He paid me like $250, and I only worked like 4 hours. And I was like, oh my God, dude, this is rad. I need to be in this business.
Right.
And I went back to doing car stereos and stuff, and it came down to where I was like, I just can't do this anymore. I want to get into that studio stuff. So I ended up telling one of my friends, Eric Johnson, I was like, hey man, I really need to get out of this car stereo stuff. This shit's for the birds, you know? And he goes, well, I got a buddy that runs a fabrication shop for the studios, you know, for a small, you know, for a company in the studios. He goes, you should go talk to him. I ended up going to talk to him, and he hired me. So I gave him 2 weeks notice doing car stereos, and I started basically dabbling in the fabrication. I had, you know, certain very small amount of experience like welding and stuff like that. And once I started in the studios, then it was like, that was my everyday job. So he taught me a bunch of stuff, and then I had to self-teach a bunch of stuff. But then throughout all the experiences and everything that I had, I was fortunate enough to become a pretty decent fabricator. That's where pretty much all the inspiration stuff I get and the different design aspects I have come basically from being in Hollywood, because it opens your eyes to so many different things.
Right.
Am I talking loud enough for you or no?
Yeah, there just seems to be a little bit of like, it sounds almost like someone's typing in the background or tapping on the. All right, we're good. It is what it is. Let's see here. Before we, it might be me. He does have headphones, Miss Boog, but he's plugging it in to gain some charge. Otherwise, you know, you guys just got to listen a little carefully, I guess. All right, Dutch, why don't you go ahead and take over with the questions from the chat? I've seen a few. Oh,
all right.
We owe some shots, though.
We owe what?
Tom's Food Factory. Put a
Tom.
Put a double. You put a double. Yeah, I hear it too, guys, but it's only when we're talking, so it must be some kind of reverb. It is what it is. Are you holding up over there, Ryan?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to do the same thing at the same time. I'm trying to see if I can get this damn microphone and stuff to work off the computer.
Oh, right on.
A lot of problems.
Like I said, we're having issues with this Mac. That's why we're using the phone. So it's not that he wasn't prepared. All right, Dutch, why don't you go ahead and ask a couple questions?
All right, you ready, Ryan?
Oh man, I don't know. You come
these are the fun ones. These are the fun ones from the chat.
Okay.
Guys like James from Aimum and Claimum, Pickles, Grumpus, Chef Johnny, Alton. We got plenty of them.
Oh, man.
All right. Go. First one is from Jim at Suburban Barbecue. He wants to know, do you ever give tours of your shop?
Yeah. All you got to do is stop by. We're there all the time.
There you go, Jim. Maybe you can do your first video with Ryan. How's that? Considering I thought I heard a rumor Jim was supposed to release a video yesterday, but he just didn't quite get it done. All right. Next one is from Pickles Barbecue. He says, have you seen the Tribal Fire Grill, and what are your thoughts on it?
Tribal Fire Grill? No.
Nope, I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, you don't watch Pit Life Barbecue podcast then. Is that correct?
Is that what we're getting at?
Well, no. I just saying they were on there. So, you're welcome, Johnny Mags. Free plug. I won't charge you for that one. The next one's $50. All right. Couple comments for you. The first one is from James at Aimum and Claimum.
Uh-oh.
He wanted to say thank you for the offer the other day. Whatever that means, it's y'all's business. So I don't know if maybe you're going to wash his hair. I don't know. Or the lack thereof. And I had one other comment. Where was it? Oh, Grumpus on fire when you said that you'd moved to the Austin area. He said, welcome to the promised land.
Welcome to the what?
To the promised land.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Around here, we say welcome to God's country. That's our phrase, so Texas can't use it. All right. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue wants to know, we heard a rumor that you're giving away a 250-gallon smoker tonight on the show. Any truth to that?
I missed that side note. I'll have to get with my publicist.
Okay.
All right, hold on, guys. Here's what's going to happen. While we're talking, I'm going to mute Ryan because that's the reverb. And then once we're ready for you to answer the question, Ryan, I'll take you off mute, okay?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds too, CJ. Let me get something real quick.
Okay. Well, guys, it's just a bad connection, guys. Sometimes it happens when you're live. A lot of the problem, and even when I try to go into StreamYard, it says all the bandwidth, people are Zoom meetings, Hangouts, StreamYard, whatever. So everything, not everything's going to run as smoothly as you want it to. So I apologize for that, guys. View to a Grill, what's up, Johnny? How you doing? But he's not tied me, I swear. Yeah, a bunch of people are on the net right now, and it's killing it. Even we had that issue. We had that issue when all the kids were here. They're all running their stuff. So, all right, you back, Ryan?
Yes.
Ryan, you good?
Yeah, am I paused on your end? Oh, there you are. I see me.
All right, cool. Dead Rogue Barbecue. Yeah, I see it. All right, guys. So, yeah, it is what it is. Hey, Carrie. I'm going to mute you while we're talking, and I'll unmute you when it's time for you to talk, okay?
Yep.
All right. So, again, everybody, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Challenging times for sure, but it is what it is. Kent, did you have any more questions from the chat?
Yeah, how long do you want me to go?
Man, go for it. Most of my questions are kind of YouTube related, so.
Well, most of your questions are fucking boring, to be honest with you.
Whatever. Don't make me fire you out here.
You're not going to be able to fire me in about a week, I'll tell you that much. So
why is that?
All right. Pickles Barbecue has another question for you. I told you to shut up and wait, CJ. We talked about this pre-show. You will behave and you will like it. You and your nacho dip wearing hat. Now, behave.
I'll mute you.
Don't threaten me with a good time. All right. Pickles wants to know, Ryan, have you gotten any feedback on your pits for improvements? And then a second part is, what's the biggest change you've made to one of your pits?
Yeah, I have got some feedback on my stack placement on the first round of backyards that I was doing, and we did move that. And the only reason I did move that is popular belief. A lot of people weren't real excited about where I placed the stack, even though everything that I saw when I ran the pits and everything it still had a perfect draw and the temperature was perfect. But the main problem is, how did you do that? Hey, we can get on the computer, CJ.
All right, do it, and I'll bring you in. I'm going to kick you out.
Need that, do I? Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, can I?
Yeah, hang up your phone.
So the wife saved the day somehow, and I don't know how she figured it out.
Well, the women are definitely smarter.
Hear me?
Yeah, you're good, buddy.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Thanks, wife.
All right, if that's better, thank God.
Yeah. Roll with it, baby.
Should have hired her 20 fucking minutes ago.
Seriously.
All right, yeah. So anyway, the stack placement, people just weren't getting it, I guess. So I moved the stack just to make it more feasible for people so they can understand it, and it made more people want it. So that's where we're at on that. What was the other part of that question, Kent?
It was the feedback and then the biggest change you've made to one of your pits.
Biggest change I would say that I made was the damper system that I use coming from the firebox into the cooking chamber. I started off kind of with a smaller size, I guess you could say, and now I go to a bigger plate, which helps to basically diffuse the flame coming into the smoker itself. So I'm not worried at all about burning meat or anything on the first cooking grate. I think that was the biggest change that I've made so far, and it seems to be a home run. These pits are running really even all the way across. I mean, I got a 375 gallon that I run as my shop pit, and my temperatures are even from stack all the way, to the firebox. So I think we're onto something pretty good. I stand behind that product 100%.
Awesome. Yeah, improvements, it always helps to progress along nicely,
Yeah, and if people don't give you if people don't give you criticism and or their own input about certain things, and if you're too closed-minded and don't want to listen, then you can never make a better product. The whole thing here isn't what I think is cool, what I think works. It matters on who's buying the pit and how it needs to work for the customer. So you got to take all that in and make changes as needed. But that's also why we like to do all of our pits 100% custom per customer. We don't really make the same thing. I don't have any jigs or fixtures to make the fireboxes the same. And you could put all of the pits I've built next to each other, and every one of them is going to be different, even if it's something slight or something dramatic. And that's mostly done per customer's request of needs that they have, which obviously change how the pit is going to be built. So,
right on.
Did that answer it? I hope.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Couple pit related questions, a couple more before we get to an interesting one, or an interesting couple. One from your friend Alton and one from LT up north.
Here's the one-eyed Shih Tzu. He does all the work.
Oh, good. Look up, bud. You missed the smoking buddy.
Yeah, I see him. All right. Grumpus on Fire wants to know, what is your lead time for having a pet built?
Well, with this whole pandemic going, we're actually pushing really, really hard. Usually I'm a one-man show. The past couple weeks, I was able to get one of my buddies to work a few days a week with me. So we're actually really trying to smash a bunch of stuff out as fast as we can. So we'll probably be able to, depending on the size of the smoker, we're only out about 2 months at this point. And that's going to narrow down within the next couple weeks by how fast we're going to start putting things out. The only one that's going to take till probably December is going to be the Dawgfatha's pit, just because.
Just because you want to wait a little bit.
I'll make his mold first.
I would probably put that one on the back burner because he's probably not going to pay you for it anyway. So I mean, I'm just saying.
He did pay his deposit, so he's up. He's up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it was GCO and not paper. Green cash only, not check.
Right.
He tried to pay you with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He offered me stock, and then I don't know.
All right. Chef Johnny wants to know, what is the favorite pit that you've built and why?
I would have to say, man, there's two that are kind of head-to-head. But if I really have to go with one, I would go with the Liberty Pit I built for John Brotherton up at Liberty Barbecue in Pflugerville. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it has a tattered American flag painted on it. And the legs that hold it up, we actually laser cut out Liberty bells and aged them all down. And my wife actually scenicked all the metal on the top of the bells to look like wood grains. So we tried to match. I mean, it's a pit, but we tried to match it as close as we could, for the experience. We're trying to build an experience when you look at some of these too,
I believe Alton shared that either on Facebook or one of our messenger groups. I'm sure he'll put in there if I'm wrong.
He threw it in the chat.
Yeah, the link. He threw in the link in the chat. I saw that.
The video that he did?
Yeah. Real quick though, Alton did say that you guys are working on a YouTube channel. So he just put the link there for that. So make sure you guys subscribe if you can, if you want. Hit the link in Alton will put it in there a couple more times too. All right, go for it, Dutch.
Oh, well, thank you, kind sir. Awful nice of you.
You're a surly bitch tonight.
I blame Hobo.
Yeah, you got you all pissed up right away.
Alton, speaking of the devil, wants to know
When he gets his pit.
who is the VIP that rented out Disneyland when you worked there?
No, I worked at Magic Mountain.
Well, hey, if he's wrong, don't yell at me because I can't correct him.
That's all right. No, it's Magic Mountain. Michael Jackson, when I was in high school, he rented it out. Yeah.
Wow, no shit.
It was a cool experience. They had a couple of people had to volunteer because it was after hours. So I remember I had to run to the payphone and call my mom and ask her if I could stay late, and work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So speaking of Disneyland, though, Miss CJ would like my pin board right behind me there. CJ, you see that thing?
No, man. You got a bunch of Disney
pin. Yeah.
Disney pin. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
She were talking about it at Alton's house.
She might actually still be in the chat. She was in here a few minutes ago.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. She jumps in to make sure I'm behaving every once in a while.
Wow, that's good.
Well, thank God she didn't start of the show.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn.
All right. You got any more questions, bud?
Yep. This goes back to your prior work history that you alluded to tonight. But Lewis from Our Shack Barbecue, you said you worked with Katy Perry and Pink. He wants to know, would you pass on any work for Justin Timberlake?
No, I would take it in a heartbeat. Actually, he's definitely someone I want to build some stuff for.
Attaboy. He's now my favorite guest. Every time we ask that music question, no one ever do it, but I'll throw it out there. What about Justin Timberlake? Right? And that's where they get that from.
That's good.
I'm a fan. I dig them guys.
At the old shop I worked at in LA, we did his suit and tie music video.
You did not. Oh.
Yeah, with all the water and the mirrors. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Hobo's comment up. Hold on.
Am I shunned now?
No. Hobo put a comment up. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Stepped away for a second. There you go. Down CH.
It happens.
Yep.
All right. One more. Then I got to get caught up on the chat so you can actually earn your damn money tonight.
All right.
Again, from the Dawgfatha. He said, How did you come up with the concept of doing pit reveals?
Well, it was just basically just an idea, and it was something to bring people together. It allows people that aren't in the Texas. Well, a lot of my customers are from Texas, but the guys that are from out of state, stuff like that, it allows them to come in and meet real Texas barbecue enthusiasts, real Texas pit masters, other guys that own all these different style pits, and everyone can talk. And basically, it's to join or to create a bigger brotherhood in the barbecue industry and allow people to leave my shop and their experience with Backline with a lot more friends and a lot more insight to the barbecue world. And from what we've seen so far, it's working out pretty good. And the parties are a lot of fun to have. And we're doing now like guest cooks to come in, so we have food. When we first started, we weren't offering any food, and we realized people were leaving after like 2 hours. You pump them full of Treaty Oaks, you pump them full of Twisted X beer and some frankly organic vodka, and people get hungry. So we decided, we need to start bringing in some people to start cooking. So my best friend over here, Rossler, at Rossler's Blue Core Barbecue, they came in and they cooked for us. Dawgfatha came in and he helped cook. It wasn't really him. Like, he cooked the food, but he didn't get to actually prepare some of his stuff. So I can't wait to have another one and actually have him come in and do his own line of food. I think that would be pretty awesome. And we had Wanderlust Barbecue. They're starting up. I'm actually building him a 500-gallon on a custom trailer. He cooked some amazing food. So that right there gives everyone different experiences. They get to try some of these foods. Like Rossler's, you might not get to try his food unless you hire him to cater something, or if you're at one of his pop-ups way up in Killeen. So this offers them even to get their food into other people's mouths, to where they can hire them for weddings and stuff like that. So it's just a big group effort. That's what the whole party is for. It's just it's a great experience.
Very cool.
I hope that answered Alton's question.
If not, I'm sure he'll ask.
Oh, yeah.
We owe a couple shots to Tom's Food Factory. He put a double shot in there.
Taking it to the head in one hit.
You don't have to. Every time you take that Texas shot, Kent, I'm more and more happy that Las Vegas trip got postponed, because I would be floored within the first half hour. You'd be like, say hello to my little friend. And we'd be like, let's take some shots. And then all of a sudden, CJ be like drunk in the closet, passed out.
It's still
like, Pussy, it's time to go. What's up, man?
It's still going to happen.
Yeah, it'll still happen. All right. It's addressed to me so I can read it. Hobo said, buy Kit a stool for Christmas. Is that going to be your new Christmas bonus? He's got a stool. Well, shit, howdy. He just prefers to stand for the whole show. Are you done asking questions, Buff?
What part of this is my last one, so I can get caught up on the chat that you understand?
Well, I wasn't fucking paying attention.
You never do. It's a problem with you.
All right, Tom put another shot in there, double. Okay, Tom got his Trump check too.
I'll try to be a dick. Dude, I'm gonna kill this fucking bottle tonight. I swear to God.
I figured you would when you showed it to me. Y'all unwrapping it brand new. I'm like, that thing's going down like a sweet muffin tonight. All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hobo just put another double in there. Ryan, You do not have to go shot for shot with us, guy, if you don't want to. All right. I mean, I'm glad you're trooping along.
Well, you'll know if we're on the ground rolling around with our underpants.
We've yet to have anybody pass out on the hot seat. We've had it afterwards in the chat afterward, the hangout, but no one ever there. So yes, he fucking does. All right. I gotta pour a couple more shots.
The fucking shit I do for you, Volkman.
Oh, like I'm twisting your arm. You love Thursday night. Hobo,
I gotta eat Friday morning.
Hobo,
Yeah,
this is
I feel a fucking vacation day coming on.
all right. And Harmon jumped in with the $1.97. Thanks, Justin. Harmon Heat, everybody, $1.97. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, I'm about done reading for the night. I'll tell you that.
I know I can't even keep my eyes open right now.
It's only what, 7 o'clock where you guys are?
It's 7 o'clock. We're an hour into drinking. See, Laura, Cypress Blue. It's all I got, man. Hey, all good, brother. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Cuff and stuff. Jimmy's in there. What's going on, buddy? I think I saw Ray in there too. Did I see Ray? Nuclear? He's in there. Uncle Steve Shake. I should have done 60. I know. Kent.
Uncle Steve's in there?
Huh?
Uncle Steve's in there?
Yeah, Uncle Steve.
Yeah. I used some of his rub that I picked up from you at Alton's on some chicken.
Yeah.
Man. You gotta get that stuff, man. Good.
Steve's doing some good things for sure, man. Jason Bushibato, what's going on, brother? Let's see here. Who else? Did I get anybody else? Yeah, Ray responded. I'm gonna pour another drink. Yeah, Alicia, I just like to say this is all your fault.
Yes, the devil woman herself.
This is all your fault. So, have you heard that story before, Brian?
No.
Jesus.
Alicia, Best Bites Forever. She's a cooking channel. She came on and she was a bit nervous to be on the show or whatever. So she was like, hey, can we take a shot before we get going? We're both paying, we're good. Of course. So we take the shot, get it going, start talking. And then all of a sudden, I believe it was Hobo that started this whole thing, but threw in $10 or something like that. # super shot. Said, drink up, fuckers. And then super shots were born that night. And the show has steadily gone downhill. Steadily gone downhill. It's always
like sure.
It's a sharp thing. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, thanks a lot, Steven. Put Uncle Steve Shake in there. Hey Enzo, how you doing, buddy? All right, I saw Federico in the chat. He's Alton's buddy. He was at the hangout too. Federico's a good dude. Let's see here. Being that you're making these smokers every day, and obviously it's your main gig, how much actual smoking do you do?
Well, honestly, the shop pit I have is my first offset that I physically own. So I cooked some bacon on it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago for the first time. And I don't really get to cook too often. I am cooking some pastrami this weekend on Saturday. We're firing it up, and Wonderlust is coming by, and I think we're going to throw some of his brisket on there. But otherwise, I do competition barbecue, and I was using an old vertical that I built a few years back. Man, don't ever cook on a smoker that you build that you think you know how to build before you know how to build it. That's a nightmare.
So you can't just use like an old
on it, and it's terrible, man. It's like the food's good, but you're constantly on that fire every 5 minutes, and it's a bad deal. So these offsets, they run like Cadillacs. Log here, log there, walk away. It's so much better to cook on.
Now, how long do you think it took you to perfect, making, I don't say the perfect smoker, but, one that you're proud of and selling and all that?
Yeah. Well, to perfect, that's an ongoing battle.
Right. Yeah. Never satisfied.
But it's taken a few pits to kind of dial it in. And I think, like I said earlier, I think I'm onto something right now where they're running super efficient, super clean, and super even. So not even depending on the size, I run a backyard model that's a 4 foot by 24 inch diameter. Those things run super efficient. Everyone's using half splits on them. So basically you're taking your normal split and you're cutting them in half with your chop saw, and you're running about 4 splits, 5 maybe, in your basket to get started, and then you're dropping another split in, let's say, about every hour. My boy John Barton, he's a competition cook. I made him a pretty badass competition pit with a custom paint job and rims, the whole nine. And
nice.
And he kills it in the circuit. He does really well. And he has it dialed in where he has a Rubbermaid tote with all his half splits in it. And he knows when it comes to his competitions that he's going to burn through that tote. And I want to say it's 32 pieces of half splits. So he's using through the whole time, maybe 16 total, which are normal, quarter splits anyway.
Right.
And he dices those up and he has it timed just perfect. So, like I said, they're super efficient. I know it sounds like a lot, but when you're dealing with a tiny piece of wood, it's not very.
Yeah, cool.
Fireboxes, man, those are kind of a big deal. Everyone's like, well, we don't live in the Midwest where it snows all the time. That's not the point. It's not to just keep all the cold out. It's to keep the heat in. So
right. Now,
all my boxes are insulated.
Do you feel that that firebox is the main component, the most important part of your smoker?
All of the pieces are pretty important, depending on your chamber size, your cooking chamber. That determines how big you're going to actually make your firebox, and then your stack size determines that too. So you kind of got to take everything and account for everything to make that flow work, and all the combustion of how the fire works with the with the wood and everything. And you got to make sure that your pit can draw really well, because if it's not drawing good, you're going to get nothing but dirty smoke. You're going to get that white smoke that you don't want.
So
before that, people watch backyard dudes and stuff on YouTubes and Instagrams, and everyone sees the white smoke coming out the doors. That's not supposed to happen. So it's coming out the doors and white smoke out the stack, and you want to hardly see any smoke. If not, it wants to be like that light blue smoke coming out.
Right.
That's how you know your pit's running good and clean.
So you have a bit of science to it as you're designing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's kind of where I fire up every single pit I build, because, like I said, none of them are the same. Everything's always a little bit different. So I test fire them just for my own knowledge, so that when I hand it off to a customer, I know it's burning the way it needs to burn. And it also helps me make changes, because I'll fire those things up, obviously, a couple of weeks before I drop them off. Because if I need to cut something apart or change, the way my damper system is or something, it gives me time to do so. And you got to do all that before paint too.
Yeah, right.
If you have to re-weld something, you blow through a paint job. I mean, like that John Barton pit I did, that's a full-blown 3-stage automotive paint job.
Wow.
If you're going to weld on that afterwards, you're gonna have to sand the whole thing down and repaint it.
All right, so before we go to the next question, we owe Tom a shot. So Tom, cheers. And Hobo just put a double in there.
What? All right, I'm done writing down questions. I'm telling you right now.
All right, so Hobo hits a bottle to the head.
Bottle to the head. That looks like it hurts.
Oh, that was a big sip. So does that mean we can't take any more shots tonight? Kent?
I hear you.
Kent hears me. He's just not paying attention. He's done. All right. Any more shots tonight or donations? Hey, Rick's barbecue specialty. What's up, guys? Dude, I can't keep my eyes open. Jesus. All right. I want to know, do you have Hobo said he was gonna try to buy a smoker from you, but decided to get you all fucked up instead. So appreciate it. Do you have a mainstream grill that you like, or have a go to, like anybody has a kettle, whatever, something like that?
That's funny. When I'm cooking at the house, if I'm grilling on something, I use my Weber.
Right on.
Yeah, I'll cook on the Weber quite often.
All right, cool. And I know earlier you said that all your pits are custom. It's 100%. That's funny. 100% custom. Is there ever a thought in your head about maybe doing a line of smokers, more for the public, more for the backyard schmoes to do it?
Well, I do make a backyard version, which is pretty stripped down, and a smaller version of my competition pit. But we do offer upgrades, so people can add more of that, like extra shelf or custom paint job, and they can kind of do it themselves. But as in like doing something that's going to be super inexpensive, I doubt it, because then what I'm doing is I got to cut my quality and cut my materials down.
Right.
And that's something I don't really want to back my name on. I want people to know that when they buy one of my smokers, that they're actually buying something that is of great quality and it's going to last them forever, and hand down to their kids and stuff. And I don't feel that there's a way that I could do that with just a pit that I could pump out, 15 in a month.
Right.
All
right.
But backyards, they're not crazy expensive. I've seen some stuff that are coming out right now that are, starting in the 4,000 range for a 24 by 48, and ours start off at 2,800. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question, but not to like put you on the spot with the, you said your cheapest 28. What's a point, like what's an amount you'll go up to where it's not too much work for you to do?
Such as on like
how big of a pit or how much extras they add to it. You could drive up the price for days, right?
Yeah.
But at some point, is there a point where you're like, all right, that's enough bells and whistles. We don't need monster truck tire. Do you talk with the customers and kind of, when I go look at a house, I'm like, yes, I need a pool. I need this. I need this. Your budget's, no pool, no whatever, right?
Yeah.
Do you spend time with the customers to kind of bring them back down a notch and
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay.
It actually happened last week. I have a guy talking to me about one of my multi-tools. You've seen the multi-tool.
Yeah.
And I asked him what he actually was going to use it for, and he was telling me, his situations and the scenario of where it's going to live at his house and all that. And from what it sounded to me, it's like he needed one of my 3-in-1s, not a multi-tool, and it's $1,000 cheaper. So I got him. He actually signed up already, so we are building him a 3-in-1. Not like I'm trying to talk myself out of business, but I don't think someone should spend, $2,000 if they only need the piece that's going to cost them $1,000 and be way more efficient for them. Yeah, the multi-tools are cool, but they don't really fit in everybody's needs.
No.
So it will be the same thing on the smoker, but I don't think there's no window. I mean, if someone's willing to spend the money and they, if they dream it, I'll build it. It's kind of my motto.
Right on. I wanted to talk about the multi-tool. I obviously I took film of it, but I never did get a chance to put out the videos that I took in Austin. So talk about the multi-tool, the inspiration behind it, all the features, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so the multi-tool came about where a lot of guys are doing live fire tables, and live fire is a big deal right now with a lot of people. I know it's starting to hit Texas really hard, and it's kind of difficult to step away from stuff that somebody else has already done and not look like you're piggybacking or trying to copy, their situation. So what it came up to was Stephen Rossler, Rossler's Boot Court, wanted a live fire rig, and he says, "What can you do for me?" And I said, I'll figure something out. So I ended up getting a tank head, which is round. It's a 36-inch diameter.
Right.
And I asked him what he needed, or what he wanted, what was his dreams, and he said he needed a grill, he needed a plancha, and just if we come up with anything else cool, do it. So basically, I put the disc on legs and casters, and I built a 36-inch round cooking grate, which is the expanded metal, and I put it on a pivot on the back of where the fire goes, at the back of the disc. So when you're starting your fire, or if you don't need that contraption, it works like a Swiss Army knife. Hence the fact that we call it the multi-tool. You can just push that grate out of the way, and it'll swing out of the way. Same with the plancha. It's all, every layer you have, or whatever layers that we might come up with, just sit about an inch above the next one. Or you can pull them off and replace them with whatever setup you need for that day for whatever you're cooking. I also did a arm that comes over, and it has hooks and mounts where you can hang chain to where you can. I have actually, I want to say they were 12-inch round discs that we made that were expanded metal that hang down off a chain, and you can adjust those closer or further away from the fire for heating purposes and or for 100% cooking. And or you could, tie chickens on them and hang your chickens. You can hang ribs, I'm sure, because everything's adjustable through chain at that point. And that's kind of where the multi-tool came from. And a lot of people love it. It's kind of a big hit, especially when you're out and you are cooking. I've been fortunate enough to go out with Stephen Rossler a couple times, and when he's been cooking on it, and just the attention it gets. It's anything live fire. All the anyone making the live fire tables. When you're live fire, you have a bunch of people in the crowd coming there to buy your food. Everyone wants to see that thing going. Everyone wants to see that live flame and know that you're actually cooking. You're not just doing shit in your oven at home and then showing up with a hot box going, "Here's my barbecue." People actually watch you do it live.
Right.
And the cool part is, if you screw it up, everyone sees you screw it up, so they know you're a human being, just a regular, making a living.
Yeah, it's true. I'm a big fan of live fire. I have a Santa Maria attachment for my Weber kettle. When I was over at Alton's house, I used his LSG, the Santa Maria style. It's just to me, I think I don't know, it's something kind of obviously primal and fun, but I dig what you're saying. Guys, I wish I could have a picture to throw up on here. It is very interesting looking rig, and it's very functional, very functional. So maybe what's that?
They're a lot of fun to cook on.
Yeah, maybe we'll get
that. Nice steering plate too, so it's nice.
Yeah, get out and make a video of that and put it on your new channel. I think people would like that and want to see it. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. I think that's wrapping up more or less my questions. Kent, do you got any more from the chat, bud?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right, knock it out, baby.
I can read my own writing. Smoking Joe's Pit BBQ wants to know, Ryan, what are your thoughts and what are the differences from top rack versus bottom rack cooking?
Top rack's a lot hotter. They usually run between 15 to 25 degrees hotter, depending on what pit you have. But I prefer them on every smoker. Top racks for us are upgrades. The basic pits, the entry-level price just comes with the normal cooking rack, which all my racks are slide outs. But But then those uppers, I mean, a lot of guys like to cook hot and fast, you know, when it comes to ribs and stuff. And if you're trying to run your smoker at, well, let's say you're doing both ribs and brisket at the same time. You want to run your brisket at, you know, 250 or 275. And some guys like, well, a lot of guys like to cook hot on that. But, you know, you're going to want to run those ribs closer to that 300, 310 range. You just stick those on that upper rack and you're golden. You know, you're not trying to find different parts of the pit. So I'm a huge fan of uppers.
All right. Let's see. Next one, Grumpus on Fire. With all these people that are staying home now, have you seen an increase in interest in the business or anything like that with everybody sheltering in place or social distancing? Or
yeah, I've seen a ton of interest. A ton of interest, a lot of hesitation because no one knows what's going on.
Right.
You know, a lot of people are interested. A lot of people want things, but in reality, we don't build stuff that are needs. You know, smokers, stuff like that, are stuff that people want. So it has to fit your budget and be at a time in your life where it's good to go. So right now, we're definitely on a slower roll, I guess you could say. That's kind of why I'm taking advantage right now of catching up on our wait times and trying to get as much done as possible. But also, you get a lot of people, you know, waiting on that income tax return and them Trump bucks to come in. So we'll see what happens after the Trump bucks hit.
That's funny.
I like that, Trump bucks. That's nice. All right. One thing that, oh crap, where'd it go? Alton put in the chat, and it was, he said, I'm trying to find it. Shit. Nope, that's not it. Said something to the fact that seeing the expressions on people's face when they see the pit you just finished for them is priceless. So I don't know what better compliment you can get than that from, you know, somebody's, when they first see that pit, when it's all done, you know, if their expression is that wowed.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's definitely pretty cool, and that helps having like Alton and Federico and my boy Ted Rutherford around when we do those parties. Is we make sure that we do a lot of capturing of the customers' faces when they either turn around or when we pull the pit down the driveway or, you know, pull the tarp off, stuff like that, because you really want to see that reaction. And, you know, some people really have to, you know, they bite their tongue for a minute and they stand there and it's almost like a deer in the headlights. Sometimes they're just like, holy shit, what did I just buy? You know, because the way we do our smokers is we'll send progress pictures and stuff as we go. And then there's a certain point where I stop. You don't get any more pictures. You don't get anything until you come and see it. And a lot of guys are like, man, how do you do that? That's real risky. What if the customer doesn't like it? And honestly, I think the way my vision works is I feel that customer out by communicating with them and stuff like that. And I'm 98% sure that they're going to love it when I build it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wasting my time nor their money. But obviously, if someone went in and they're like, I don't know, bro. Obviously, I would take that one in the shorts, you know, and I'd build them another one, you know, that they would like. Because you know, you're not gonna be like, oh, here you go, surprise, joke's on you. You know, that's not the way it works. But I think that's part of the cool thing is that no one knows what to expect when they pick up their pit, and that's where you get that surprise reaction. They don't look, like I said, none of my pits look the same. So you can't go, oh, I've seen, you know, 10 backlines already at pit reveals. I know exactly what mine's gonna look like because you don't. You know, they're all gonna be different.
Yeah, that's very cool, man.
All right, one more for you, and this comes from Skip at Long's Quest. He wants to know, do you ever run in tuning plates in any of your pits?
I did on the first backyard that I ever did, and that was it. I realized that I didn't really need them after I figured out that damper. I call it a damper. It's not a damper. It's like a diffuser plate that comes from my firebox into the cooking chamber. Once I got that dialed in and I'm running an even temperature, I built Dustin Putska of Putska's Family Barbecue up in Hutto. I built him we call it the torpedo. It's a long 500 gallon. It's about 14 feet long. And
damn.
Yeah, it was interesting. When he asked me, can you build me a 500? And I gave him a quote. I'm like, sure. And then he shows up. He's like, I'll supply the tank. And then he shows up with the tank, and I was like, oh man, because it wasn't a standard 2-door. This is a 4-door. It's basically the diameter of a 250 and 14 feet long. So with that being said, that's when I first did that bigger diffuser plate, and it worked out killer. And he said he took that thing out to Coke Fest out here, which is a festival we got, and he ran that thing hard for 3 days. And he said the temperature from firebox to stack only differed 7 degrees in all 3 days. So that's a pretty good run, if you ask me. And that right there shows that I don't need the tuning plates. But if someone wanted it because they're used to cooking with them, I mean, we can definitely add them. But the problem with the way I build my smokers right now is I bring the whatever the hole that everyone's calling it from your firebox. Everyone calls everything something different. So that the chamber from your firebox into the cooking area, that's elevated kind of high. So to put a tuning plate, I mean, you'd be right below your cooking grade. So it almost wouldn't make sense.
Gotcha. Somebody put in the chat that Coke Fest has a total different meaning in California.
Oh, wait, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure.
All right. I got one final question from one of our moderators, LeprakonTV. He wants to know, Ryan, do you own a Blackstone?
No.
Oh, that's it. Good night. Great talking to you, Ryan.
you need a Blackstone.
That's funny. All
Well,
right.
He built the plancha into his multi-tool. He doesn't need a Blackstone.
Yeah, that's true.
And you get one in the 3-in-1. So
yeah,
all our live fire stuff.
Fair enough. All right, that's all I got, CJ.
All right, cool. One question I had written down, and I forgot to ask it earlier, especially when your wife was in the room. But does your wife help? Does your wife help with your business, or does she do her own thing, or you get a welding in there with you?
No, she does her own thing. She'll come in when I need her for specialty stuff. So that's actually a loaded question. So when I'm not doing smokers, if I'm doing entertainment stuff, that's actually how we met. We met in the entertainment business.
Got it.
She was in the scenic department, which is the painting, and basically they make everything look pretty. So when I'm doing South by stuff, she does all my paint work, things like that. When it came to Liberty's pit, she did the wood grain because I don't know how to do that. But all the other pits, I paint myself. So
very cool, man.
And she helped me clean before every party.
That's nice.
Yeah, she gets dirty. She gets out there with the shop vac and she goes to town. So it's a lot of help.
Dude, that's very cool.
Very much appreciated too.
Yeah, it's great when you have someone that supports your dream and your efforts and all that stuff. And Kent and I, with our wives, they support us big time. So. Guys, that's about it for tonight. I'm plumb out of questions. Most of my boring questions, according to Kent, are more geared towards YouTubers. So I think we'll go ahead and call it a night here. We think we've had enough super shots and whiskey Kent to kill a small animal.
He's already going like this.
Woo! He's good. He's good. Let's see here. Alton just put in the chat, what's up with these wheels? I don't know. I can't show him, buddy. Sorry. Ted Rutherford, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Is that who you're talking about, Roysters?
Wanderlust Barbecue. That's Ted, yeah.
Okay, there you go. Sorry. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day. Dutch, you want to say anything on the way out?
Hey, Ryan, great job. Look forward to seeing more of your custom pits coming out. It's always neat to see different designs and everything on them. So great job. Keep up the good work. But take your time on Alton's place.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's looking right now mid-December because of the pandemic.
Yes.
He's on pandemic hold.
I love it. All right. Ryan, you got anything to say on the way out, man?
No, man, I just appreciate whoever tuned in just to watch us bullshit, man, and hope I help people understand, I guess, where I come from, and order a pit. I'm bored.
All right, man. Very cool. Well, we put all the links. We got your website link down below. Alton's been putting your links into the chat all night. Guys, we are going to we call it a night. Next week's guest is a crazy get for us. We didn't think we'd ever chat with them, but Jack's Drinkwater is going to be our guest next week. The bearded hiker is showing up, so that's very cool. We're excited to talk to Jax. I never thought it would happen, but yeah, I'm excited. We actually had some heavy hitters convince him to come on, so very cool. All right, guys. Till next week. Ryan, you did a great job, buddy. Kent, fabulous job as always, even though you were a little surly tonight. Way to take it. It was a rough one. Hobo, Tom, Alton, everybody who's putting super chats. Super shots. Thank you. Yeah. All right. If you guys want to come into the chat or hang out afterwards, message me on Facebook. I'll send you the link. Other than that, we're going to say good night. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay